I'm Dr. Lori Cristofero from Lockport Township High School District. My role is Assistant Superintendent for Curriculum and Instruction. So that means I work with all our academic programming, enrichment programming, support programming. We regularly use data to monitor how our students are doing across the board in their courses. We're looking at something like student analytics labs to see, is this program effective at helping students meet with success? I can tell you that last year we monitored holistic grades and it was, so we were really excited about that. We use it to monitor, particularly with our deans and our guidance counselors. They look at attendance factors, behavior factors, and grades and try to provide supports to students in those veins. So it's a really nice overview. A lot of programs will give you just attendance data, but to have that multi-leveled filter to find a group of students that might be struggling in all three areas to provide additional supports. I could go on and on about the different ways we use it. One of the things our district has been working really hard on is our multi-tiered system of supports. And that basically means, how do you make sure you're catching groups of students before they're in a bad situation, right? They're failing multiple classes or attendance is horrible. But I will tell you holistically, instead of school counselors, they regularly still work with students on an individual level, so do our deans. But when these two groups can now come together and look more holistically at groups of students who might have a couple of troubling classes or a couple of attendance and come up with a plan for a group of students that has, we're still in the infancy of sophisticating that. We just started that work, but it's really transformative when you have time and space to work for individual students, but you also have time and space to think about how can we go after a group of students, right? That's a little bit more systematic. But obviously the nature of their role, they have to have still time for individuals, but we can help more when we can find groups and support groups. The program is very intuitive, right? So I can look like, where are my students doing holistically as a school by like grade breakdown? Where are they at by department? I can click on department, I can see courses, right? Because that means I can align resources where students might be struggling to give them the supports they need and provide additional supports to teachers who might have a group of students in their spaces that need additional supports. One huge advantage, I would say, of having this product is the ability to show great visuals to the school board. Right? The school board oversees kind of everything you're doing. They're at a 30,000-foot view. And so the kind of visuals that you can screenshot, or I was just learning about downloading into PowerPoint today, that's really valuable because these are people who give their time so generously with no pay, and they're trying to understand schools and how they can best support schools. And so I just think the visuals for not just for somebody who, like me, who's a 30-year veteran, but for people who are vested and care and want to support public education and do that through service to the school board, it's a really valuable tool.